What's up, guys? Maxwell's here, and we are back for session number 8 of our Road to a Million. Unfortunately, in our last session, guys, we took a $40,000 loss, which definitely sucked, to say the least. But it was just a bad day to record. It was pretty much my fault, because I knew I was having family come over, and I mean, we were up a little bit, I believe, but then we ended up having to rebuy and then losing that as well. I just feel like my game was off a bit because like the family had come in and I was being distracted and whatnot. So that was definitely my fault, guys. We are down 40,000. So the total chip count that we're at now is 13,000. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry if you guys hear any outside noises. I'm actually downstairs. So there's like dogs and cats and things down here. So if you ever hear any like loud barking or whatever, I apologize. But anyways, yeah, guys, we are back. We're buying in for 10K today. We're back to the usual 5,100 blinds, and we're buying in for 10K. And hopefully we have a better session than our last because we are now down 40,000, and we have lots of work to do to get back up. So before we join the table, I think I might as well just say that I'm back right now. Just taking a look around the room. Pretty even stacks for everybody, so we'll just have to play really good poker today if we want to be up for the day. So we will be focusing on that, and hopefully we have a good session for you guys. Hopefully the action's going to be good, and we're about to get started. Alright, so we're going to cut off with 8-7 of clubs. We're definitely going to call this raise. We can play this hand really tricky in late position. We will have the position. So, we flop an 8 here with a draw. We're going to call. I feel like this man made a continuation bet with pretty much anything. Most likely an ace, which is here on the turn. Makes a bet of 400, which we're going to call again. Because we can hit a 6 for a straight and or a jack for a straight. Also, we have a pair for showdown, so we're definitely going to call this. And we hit a 7 for a straight. You might check this right here. So we bet 600. Which probably could mean he had a jack at some. Maybe I think we should call and find out if he had a jack. I mean, we do have the dummy end of the straight. Actually, I'm sorry, we have 2 pair. I didn't even notice that. We'll call anyway. So we had ace jack. Alright, so we got ace jack offsuit in the cutoff. We're gonna re-raise. I'm gonna go just 1,000 straight, because that'll build a nice pot, and we could potentially move all in if we hit something on the flop, depending on how many people call. There was a raise and a call before the flop, so really, yeah, it just depends on if we hit something nice. We might just go all in. 5-4-9 rainbow. We'll see if anybody takes a stab here, and we're just gonna go all in. Because we could have, you know, be repping pocket pairs here. Most likely everyone will fold here, which is fine. So we'll pick up that pot here, most likely. Oh, we got to call ace-5. So we got ace-jack, and we lost. Well, I didn't expect a call there. So, we are down 10K already in the session, guys. I really didn't expect anybody to call there. Nice call on his part, but I mean, we were repping strong. At these stakes, you might get one of those calls every once in a while. But we are just going to buy in on a different table, so I'll be right back. Alright, so we have rebought. Lower stakes, we're playing 5-10 now. God, we have just been running like crap these past couple sessions, you guys. That happens all the time, though. You will have swings where you like run fantastic for a while, and then you'll just run terrible. I mean, there's like, those are the kinds of things you literally have no control over. That's obviously why poker is gambling. Sometimes you do good, sometimes you don't, and it always comes down to the last card. So the one important thing is, though, is that you just really don't want to see yourself go on tilt, because then you'll end up losing a lot more money than you probably should. So I think we played like 7 hands before we lost all that money. So we're gonna try and get play around 21 more hands and call it a session, and hopefully you know, in a couple more sessions we'll hit some nice cards or something, or just play really well and eventually we'll make our way back up to where we were before. It is going to take a little bit. I mean, we did play like, what, 6 sessions or something, I believe, and we were up a lot, but it might take a while to get back to where we were. But as long as you don't go broke, guys, because that's the most important thing. We can rebuy all day. So we have Ace-9 in the hijack, King-Jack-9, Rainbow. We have flopped a pair, and potentially some draws on the turn and river, but we're going to check it. No sense in betting, especially with someone behind us. I don't know. Yeah, that man did raise pre-flop, so I think we'll call this, depending on how many people call. Especially if we hit an ace, but we should be worried about Queen 10, but we're going to call 10 because that's not a lot. So it's a good card for us because that's no longer another overcard to our pair. We definitely want to see a 9 or an ace here, obviously, but that's what, total of like 3 cards out of the whole deck, or I'm sorry, like 6 or 7 cards out of the whole deck. But we did not hit, so I'm pretty sure that's going to be checked all the way to this man. He's going to bet around, I want to say like 100. Yeah, okay, 130. And we're probably going to fold because I can definitely see someone having, you know, a king or a jack here, and they're betting for the best hand. So we're going to fold. And he had pocket kings. Wow, that man was slow playing like a boss. Okay, good fold for us. All right, king deuce of hearts, we're going to call. We're in pretty early position, so if there's like a really big re-raise, we're going to fold here. But we're going to try and play like almost every hand, guys. We'll raise our bigger hands and we'll call with our lighter hands. And we'll see how it goes. What would be nice here is if we flopped hearts, because then the only thing we're really losing to is, you know, the ace of hearts, which actually hit this flop. But this is actually a terrible flop for us, especially with all the people in this hand. Although it is unlikely for someone to have an ace here, you know, it's possible that someone does have an ace. I'm not really sure if calling 115 is worth it, because it's hard to go runner for a flush. Besides, we have all these people to call behind us that could potentially have an 8 or an ace. So I think a fold was correct there. Flopped the nuts. So, good fold for us. Queen 5 we're going to fold because that hand sucks. Jack deuce in the small blind. We might as well complete for that. I don't know what this man's thinking about. Hello? Jesus. Okay, so 9-7-5, 2 clubs. We do have the jack of clubs, and that gives us some runners, but right now our hand is not strong at all. All we have is jack high. We might call a smallish bet if that's what the button decides to do. But I can't see us continuing in the hand unless we do hit something. So we actually have hit a pair and now a flush on the river, or potentially a flush on the river. So we're gonna bet $40. God, these stakes are so low. And we get a call. Now, what does that tell me? That someone else probably has a flush draw like I do now that the club came in on the river, or they already have the flush. I believe the button checked though, so that kind of tells me that he didn't have anything. I don't think there was a raise pre-flop. I think everyone just kind of called. So, actually, I'm not really sure what we want to see on this river. If we see a club, someone's probably beating us. I think the best hand card we want to see is a deuce. Unfortunately, king hits on the river. We're going to bet, though, 120. If anybody was calling with a 9 or anything, now their hand's getting beat. And we won with a pair of deuces. Pair of deuces never loses, fellers. So, pretty interesting hand there. We were probably right about what they had, but you never know, and we'll never know anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But king 7 on the button. We're going to raise, make a little 50 raise. We won't go 100 this time, and we'll see how many callers we get. So the blinds call, under the gun calls, under the gun +1 and 2 calls, or I'm sorry, that's the hijack. So wow, nobody believes us at all, or everyone's got something decently playable. So really that just tells me we have to flop something amazing here, which we don't at all. All we have is a king. Although I would feel like if we bet our king, someone would be scared to call with their king because of all the hearts on the board. And I checked all the way down, which is really interesting. We're going to bet 150 and hope for, not a heart. Although someone could have been checking down with a flush already, which is definitely something I can see someone doing, especially with all these check calling going on. So, King of Diamonds on the river. That was actually a perfect card for us because now we have a set and potentially a full house on the river if we hit a queen, a 4, or a 7, giving us more outs if someone did flop the flush. So, of course, we have to protect our hand here and go all in if someone is trying to draw out on us. So we get a call, which is most likely that guy has the flush and he's checking it, and the other guy will probably fold because he might have had 2 pairs. So queen 8. Wow, really? Huh. So that guy was going crazy with nothing. Apparently, I give these guys too much credit for their hands. So we had a nice double up there. We're up about $600. Okay, so we have pocket 8s, and of course we're gonna raise. We're gonna raise a little bit bigger than last time because now we're repping very big, even though we only have like a medium pair. So we are under the gun, and usually when you raise big under the gun, it means big hand, aces, kings, ace, king. We get an all in to call. Not the best flop for us. There's 2 overcards to our 8s, and I think a c-bet here would actually hurt us because anybody could just shove on us and we would lose, especially if they were calling, with these types of hands. There's a bet, a fold, and another fold. So, is it worth continuing in this hand? Most likely not, especially with him betting into 2 other people plus me. So I think we're gonna fold here and find out what he had. It's okay if we lose $100. So he had the jack, and the other guy had kings. So we really would have had to hit an 8 there, and we didn't. So if we would have called that 300, we would have just been losing extra money. So good fold for us. All right, so we're on the button with a suited ace, which is fantastic. That is a great hand to be raising with, especially on the button. Nobody's gonna want to play a terrible hand out of position, and we're going to be repping a big hand again. So we're going to bet 100. What's nice about this is if we hit spades on the flop, we could potentially go all in and double up. It really all depends on the flop and how many people call this raise. So we get 2, potentially 3, or actually I can't see the person behind us calling to our right, and it seems like this man's taking his time. Good lord! So 3, count them, 3 callers, 4 callers, 5 callers. Wow. Okay, so we flop fantastic. We have the nuts, almost. We need another spade for the nuts, and we flop an ace. And this man bets into us, and a call. So we're going to go all in and try and steal his pot. Hopefully get lucky and hit the flush somewhere down the road, so we get a call. And a call. So 6-10, we're beating that hand, and we're beating 9-4. So we have won against 2 callers. That was a really nice flop for us, guys, and a nice. I don't think that was a triple up. I think it was just an all in, and we're gonna fold 9 deuce. So here's hand number 21, 6-4. I think this will be the last hand for us, guys. We are up a bit. Thank goodness gracious, oh Lord Almighty, thank God. So we're faced with an all-in bet. We're gonna fold. I actually want to see what this man has, though. I'm pretty sure everyone will fold here. But we're going to check out our stats, guys. 21 hands on this table. Total of 13 out of 21 hands. We saw the flop, 61%. We defended our blinds most of the time, being in the big blind, 100%, and in the small blind, 66%. And 9 out of 16 times in other positions. You know what? We're just going to play this hand because it's ace-queen. Yeah, we're going to play this hand. Might as well. It's here. It's so enticing. We're going to re-raise 500. Why not? We'll just continue with our stats here as the table goes on. 9 out of 17 times in other positions, so 52%. Pots 1 at showdown, 2 of 4, so we won half our hands, and ones without showdown, 1. So that might add to this over here, depending on what these 2 want to do. So we got a call. King, Queen, 5, and an all-in bet. We're going to call. Probably has a king. Nope, Queen, Jack, and we are winning against that. And we won. So That's just another pot for us, which is nice. And now we are sitting out. We are sitting out with about 5,800. Okay, so that added to our stats here. 3 out of 5 at pots won at showdown, 60%, and 1 without showdown. So didn't play a lot of hands, guys. Like I said, we lost about 10K right before we sat down at this table, and we only played about 30 hands. So cashing out today about 6,000. That's about 4,000 loss. But hey, it looks like our luck is starting to change for us, which is good. But until next time, guys, in next session, we will be playing 5K most likely, basically starting back from the beginning. But swings like that happen all the time, guys. You can't expect to have a perfectly positive arrow on the graph. There's just no way. You'll always have a loss sometimes. I mean, it's really hard. It's really hard to play perfect, exceptional poker, especially because there are outside variables other than just, somehow knowing that you're good when you could be wrong, or you don't exactly know what the person has. So there are just other variables in the game. There's no 100% for sure way that you are winning, but I've been playing poker for a while now, so in some spots I do know when I'm ahead. And like I said before, there's always one card to come, the river, and it could be a bad card for you. And you could end up losing the pot. You could be all in with the best of it and come out with the worst. You could be, winning at one point and then losing at the end of it. So poker's a pretty crazy game, and if you don't come prepared to lose, then you shouldn't play, because it's going to happen sometimes. So, I'm used to these kinds of swings. So that obviously, the around, I want to say like 45K loss does suck. I mean, we pretty much lost it all our hard work up to that point in like one session, which is pretty crazy. It obviously sucks, but I don't let that affect me, even though it may or may not affect others differently. I've been playing poker for a while. I've had real losses up to 1,000. I've had real wins up to 1,000. So you just can't let the swings affect your game and affect your judgment. So I hope that is some good information for you all if you are thinking about playing cash games, or just even working on your game here on PokerStars, which is something I definitely suggest. I've been playing PokerStars for a while now, and I really enjoy just playing poker in general. I'll play it with play chips or real money. The only thing you're risking on real money is your actual funds. So please build up bankrolls before you go and play. If you're gonna play, 1-2 at like a casino or something, because if you do end up a loser, you won't have that money back ever again until your next paycheck, I guess you could say. So, thank you guys for watching. I will stop talking now, and I'm gonna go ahead and start editing all this videos, because I haven't edited a single one because I've been away from home and I've been working. So, thank you guys for watching. Until next time, peace out.